Make it. All right, so tonight we are going to talk about the second module to the like page training that I've been participating in through the Social Team Builder. Last week we talked about just getting started on your page and then also how important your images were. So if you want continued feedback, if you went back and watched that training and applied any of the information to your own page and want suggestions or feedback on that, go ahead and post it in our team page, and everyone can take a look and just give our input and help you come up with a really catchy page and a profile.
What did you say? Should have told that Asian husband.
Anna, I'm going to mute you.
I'm just going to tell you a little degenerate boy.
There we go. Catching some background noise. So that's where we kind of, what our focus was last week. This week it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to share my screen here with you. All right, so this is what we're going to be talking about tonight, just really identifying your target market. And the key principles of how we're going to do that are just really study how to identify your ideal customer, how to conduct a competitor analysis, and some of this terminology might be like, what the heck is she talking about? So we'll get to that. How to uncover audience insights, and how to get inside your prospect's head. So this is all through your business or your like page. If you are like brand spanking new like Elizabeth and you don't have a like page, that's okay. You just want to probably get one started as soon as you can, because it takes a while for you to build a following. And the sooner you start, the sooner you can work on growing your network. So it's super easy. It's as similar as just creating a new personal Facebook page. You just go on like the left-hand side of your screen on Facebook and add a page. All right. So finding your ideal customer. I think a lot of new coaches especially, Rebecca, you're drinking your wine again, making me jealous tonight. I have cold tea, so I'm too lazy to go get some. Anyway, all right, totally sidetracked by that glass of wine. The mistake I see a lot of coaches make is you try to speak to a broad audience. And when you do that, when you try to talk to everybody, you really talk to nobody. And you really want to think about, like, who is it that you want to work with in your organization? Is it moms? Is it teachers? Is it runners? Whatever that is, you really want to have your message match your market, okay? And how you do that really determines who you're trying to speak to. So you want to laser target your message to laser target your audience, so that you are speaking directly to those people who you want to attract to yourself, all right? So you're basically branding yourself and speaking to a very specific audience. And when you do that, rather than speaking to nobody, you're going to be speaking to those people that you really want to work with. And that's your avatar, all right? Your ideal customer or your ideal coach is your avatar. So how do you find your avatar? Ask yourself questions, and the more questions you ask, the more you're going to be able to really target and pinpoint who it is you're looking for. And that's really good. You really want to find a specific person. You can even go onto Pinterest or Google and find an image of the person that you want to attract. Like, you can name her or him. Who is it that you want to work with? So who are they? Are they a man? Are they a woman? Where do they live? Do they live in Wisconsin or at the beach? What do they like? What do they dislike? Where do they shop? Do they have kids? How many? What are their names? What's this person's name? How old are they? I think I said that. What are their real problems? And how can you help them solve their problems? So the more questions you ask, the more specific you're going to get. And the easier it's going to be for you to talk to that person when you're coming up with your posts on your social media. And that's really the idea behind this assignment, or this, this assignment, is to have that picture of that person every time you post, so that when you are posting, you are speaking directly to that person. All right, so why is this important to kind of already said this? So that your message speaks directly to those you want to work with. Your message will resonate with your ideal customer when you speak directly to them. And then have that imaginary customer present when formulating your posts. You can put that right on your workstation, on a bulletin board, so that it's a visual reminder of who you are talking to every single time you post. And it takes out all the guesswork. Your posts are going to be intentional and thoughtful, planned, strategic, rather than just shooting in the dark. You're going to have a very specific target that you're looking for. All right. So now at this point, I'm going to stop the screen. Well, okay, I'll let you do this. We're going to go actually back into my like page, and then I want to walk you through the tools that are available to you to kind of track your business and track your trends through your like page. So it really is a numbers game. And what I'm learning to do right now is to go through and actually study other Beachbody coaches. So because we want to attract other people like us, right? So the best way to do that is to really look at other coaches. So we're going to do market research to study our avatar through Beachbody coaches and customers. And then there's a tool, it's similarweb.com, that you can look at and do a comparison of other similar websites to Beachbody, because Beachbody is huge. It's like, I don't know, over 1 million. All right, so stop my share. Are you guys following me okay so far? I'm kind of throwing out a lot at you. Elizabeth, you're probably like, what the heck am I getting into? Do you have a like page? You probably don't.
Not yet, but I understand what you're saying.
Okay. All right, I can find my page. I'm sorry, I have too many browsers open. I'm trying to move everything out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. And this is where it gets kind of complex, but the more you learn it, the easier it's going to be and the more it'll make sense to you. So it kind of requires a little playing around. But like I said, what we're going to be doing is actually boosting posts, and this is for next week. I'll teach you how to, we're going to run posts and boost them to Beachbody as our target audience to kind of find, it's almost like a litmus test to find our winning ads. So what ads are really going to work for our business, for ourselves. So it's kind of ingenious, actually. All right, so you're going to go to your insights page, or the insights on your page. And then you guys, I can't see you, so if you have questions, just go ahead and speak up. I want this to be interactive. So because I have my screen on, I'm not able to see you guys right now. All right, so I'm looking at my notes here too. All right, so what this shows, I mean, there's a lot of information you can see here. You can go to your likes, you can go to your reach. Has anyone ever played around back here with this?
I've done this I teach an online class for writers for social media marketing.
Is that Kimberly?
Yes, I'm sorry, it's Kimberly.
Awesome. Maybe you can do this part-time because I'm just learning. All right, so what I learned by looking at mine is that there's certain times of the day where I have peaks. So like between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. is my peak time when people are on my page. So what that tells me is I want to try to get the majority of my posts up between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. And I want to try to post, 5 times a day, 5 to 8 times a day on your like page when you're trying to build your audience. Okay. So go back and see when people are on. If you're not posting at all, you want to start, trying to do that. You can schedule posts, but look at, if you're just starting your page too, it might be hard to see, when most of your people are on, but, you have to have a starting point. So go ahead and look at that, when people are on. And then the other thing, okay, so gotta remember how we did this. Okay, the other thing that we're learning is to find pages to watch. So other pages that have a lot of followers, so this one, this Eat Clean Train Mean, has 1.7 million page likes. Skinny Taste, 1.6 million. Sean T. These are all very popular pages. You want to keep your own in there too. And what you want to do is just look at, what posts of theirs are doing really well. So you can click on them and then find their top posts. And you don't ever want to copy, another person's material, but you can look at it and say, okay, wow, this did really, really well. I mean, look at that, 6.1 thousand shares. I mean, that is humongous. 280 comments, that many likes. So, of course, this person really has her target down because people like her stuff, but you can see their top posts when you click on them. All right. And you can just scroll through and see, what kind of things. So this is a good page for me to follow because I like to share recipes. And she has really beautiful pictures of her food. All right. This one I thought was kind of fun. So we can see what the top posts from this site are. Oh, that is pretty freaking amazing. So things that I'm looking for, how many likes, how many shares, because when you find posts that go viral, that get a lot of shares, especially if it's your original content, it's going to come back to your page and people are going to find you that way. So that's what I'm looking for with these pages is, especially the shares, finding that one thing that's going to go viral for you on your page so that people come back and find you. So like this one, she used someone else's, well, that's her blog post, never mind. All right, so she's using all of her blog posts, which is smart because not only are people finding her on her like page, but they're also finding her on her blog with all those shares. So this one too, I mean, 16,000 shares on this post. That's huge. Amber, you have a good food page, so I could see, you really taking off with something like this. All right, so I remember how I did this now. Bear with me for a second here while I figure out where I was.
So where did you went into insights and then you went into posts, but how do you see pages to watch? Because all I see are like my posts.
Oh, okay. So this bottom part here where it says pages to watch, this is a feature, like as you grow your audience, Facebook kind of gives you more insight or more privileges, if you want to call it that. So once you get to like about 2,000 likes or so or more, they'll add this section. So if you don't have that yet, don't worry about it. You can go back to that once you get 2,000 likes. So that's probably why, if you're not seeing it, that would be why.
Okay.
All right. So that's kind of all I wanted to show you there for tonight. And I'm going to close out of here. So basically, I guess if you don't have that feature on your page, what I want you to do is go find a Google document or in your notes section and follow some top pages, ones that have a ton of, organic reach, and not copy them, but look at what they're doing. And I know Alyssa did a lot of this too when she first started and started growing her page, and hers has taken off very nicely too. Just to study kind of what they're doing and learn from them, and then to turn around and make it your own. All right. So one thing that they shared, from doing an analysis like that, and this is just important to know for your own information. Whoops. Hold on. So customers typically through Beachbody are 25 to 34-year-old females. So if you don't fit that, if you're not a 25 to 34-year-old female, don't worry about it. This is just kind of important to know when you go back and when you actually eventually boost your posts, okay? College grads, they're typically married or in a relationship. Their annual salary is $60,000 to $100,000 a year, typically no children. And when you look at coaches, it's a little different. So 25 to 44 years old, females, college grads or some college education, married or in a relationship, 30 to 60 annual income. Most of them have children, and they're using a computer desktop versus their phone for finding, for scrolling Facebook. So, that leads to me, you could draw the conclusion that they might be stay-at-home moms because they're using a computer or they're doing it from work. Hopefully they're not getting fired from being on Facebook. Okay, so that's kind of closing up that part. The other thing I want to show you is when you are looking for prospects, there are a lot of different options and tools that you can use on Facebook to find your target market. And this is kind of, you probably already know this, but if you don't, hopefully I can share some new tips with you. All right. So you guys all know that Facebook has a search bar up here. Do you guys ever use this for anything other than finding someone's name? So in our team page today, I posted in the file section a whole bunch of different search tools that you can use here. So you could do like friends of, who's friends of old Barnes? Friends of, let's see, friends of friends who live in, let's do Wisconsin. All right, and then you want to click on this blue section here, and then it's going to do a search. We'll see if we get anything. Okay, so that didn't really pull up anything. Let's try a different one. Close. Photos of me and Adam. Let's see what comes up. All right, and there you go. All those pictures. Let's do another one. Somebody throw something out at me. Let's see. How about friends of friends who work? There, that pulled up a few people, okay? So friends of friends who work in Denver. Then I want to see more, and all these people come up. Not too many. Well, yep, there we go. So all these people come up, all right? So this is important when you're doing searches to just find like possible friends who you have some connection with that might be fitting your avatar, okay? So you're not only just searching for names, but you can really pinpoint who you're looking for. So yeah, as Beachbody coaches, a lot of people like Sagi's page or Shalene Johnson's page. So you could do also like people who like, I spelled her name wrong, Shalene. I don't know if that will pick anything up or not. Well, yep. There's Amber. Is this all new to you guys, or was it just new to me? You guys are way too quiet. This
For
call
the,
is interactive.
oh,
Go ahead,
I was
Amber.
going to say for that search button, yeah, that was new to me until I watched the call with that guy who told us who you're doing the modules with. Sorry, I still haven't had my coffee. So no, I didn't really realize that until a few weeks ago. I haven't used it. I forgot all about it. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. And then I actually haven't used it.
All right. So the thing is, like with the Beachbodies Association, right? So a lot of people like Shalene Johnson's page or like Tony Horton's with P90X. Okay. So a lot of people are coaches also who like those pages, but you can get around the coaches by really targeting who you're looking for. And that's kind of my point with this. So you could say like people who like Tony Horton and live in or and work at, or, you know, go back to your ideal customer and put something about your ideal customer in there along with who like Tony Horton. Okay. So that's how you can really use that to find people to work with.
I have a quick question. And then how would you exactly reach out to them? Would you just send them a message? This is Kimberly.
Yep. All right. So let's try that. Let's see. So who is someone, can you think of something with your ideal customer who also might like Shalene Johnson? People who like Shalene Johnson and toddler moms.
Sure.
Let's see if that pulls up anything. Okay, so this person might be a coach. So I bet you she's a coach, but we're going to check her out. All right. So we're going to click on her. And you're just doing a little research. So you're going to click on her and see what you can find out about her. So yep, she's into fitness. She's a fitness and nutrition owner, studied personal training. Yep, and I can see with her mutual friends that she's a coach. So you basically, at this point, then I would go back and try something else for a different search until I can get someone who's not a coach. Maybe try to get a little bit more specific. So if there's a page, let's say there's a page for toddler moms. So then you could put that page in there. So people who, friends of friends who like Shalene Johnson and the Better Mom. So let's see what this page is here. Okay, so this is a pretty substantial page. I think I kind of like her style. So anyone who likes her page, you know, now we're getting more specific. And that's kind of the point. You want to kind of start with Beachbody, but then kind of dig into that to find, what did he call it? Hold on, let me find my notes. So level 1 would be like Beachbody, Shalene Johnson, Tony Horton, like the ones that have like 1 million followers, okay? So this would be like a level 2 interest because she's not, you know, she still has a lot of followers, but not as many as like the Beachbody ones. So now you can go back in your search and we'll say friends who like, let's see, I think I'm going to do people who like. We'll see if anything comes up. All right, and there you go. So a few people did. So then I would just look through again. I mean, I know some of these people, so, and they're coaches. So I'd go through and go a little ways down and see who I find if there's someone that I'd want to meet. So there's a lot of results. So it's loading more results still. I don't know if you guys can see that. And we're still getting a lot of coaches. So, it's just kind of playing around with it and seeing what things you can search in there. But it's okay. So as far as, let's say you did find someone that you want to meet, to answer your question, Kimberly, always what I do is I look at their timeline. So we can do that right now. And this is what we do like in our power hour. You just look at someone's timeline and find something in common with them. If they seem like they're someone that you'd want to get to know. I don't know, how I do is I'll go into one of my friends who's not a coach. Let's see, this person, just for example, pick a random person here. And then I will go to her friends. And then I'll look for people who we might have a few friends in common with. So this person, I have 5 mutual friends. I'll look to see, make sure it's not another coach. I'll click on her. It's kind of like online dating in a way. You're just like looking for people that you might like to get to know and make friends with. And really don't overcomplicate it. That's really all you're doing is just, trying to find people that have things in common with you that you might like to get to know. And I'm sorry, my computer is really slow tonight. Probably because I have too many things open. See if I can close some of this stuff out. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to go or not. Let's try it this way. Okay, there she is. All right, finally. Okay, so when you get to someone's page, I just go down and scroll probably, I don't know, 10 to 12 posts and see, what I can learn about this person. So I can tell that she's a mom of 2 girls, cuties. There's a picture of her. That's a beautiful photo. So I would just send her a message and a friend request and say, hey, Anne, my name is Marcia. I just came across your page because of a mutual friend. And you seemed like someone I'd really love to get to know. Your family is beautiful. Hope this isn't too weird. But, please consider accepting my friend request if you're interested. Nothing too in-depth, just short and sweet. Actually, I'm going to do that because I want to get to know this person. So we'll do that right now. All right, can you guys see that? So I just said, hey, Anne, hope this isn't strange, but I came across your timeline because of Kimberly, our mutual friend. And you seem like someone I'd love to get to know. I see we're also a mom. You have a beautiful family. If you're interested in connecting, please consider accepting my friend request. And then send it, and hopefully she will. She seems like someone pretty cool. And the thing about this is, gosh, my computer's really bogged down. I've met some of the most amazing people because of coaching and because of what we do to help other people. And, don't ever be afraid to make friends with people, because that's essentially what you're doing. You're just you're going out of your way to make friends with people and invite other people into your life. Your Facebook is kind of like a journal to your lifestyle. Amber, I loved your post this morning too, by the way, or yesterday, about your sneak peek into coaching on your timeline. So basically you're just like allowing people in your life and sharing that with other people. And I look around like our coaching team, and I did not know anybody almost, before coaching, aside from a handful of other people, a few people. So making friends is really important. It's how you're going to expand your network. It's how you're going to find other people to help. As a new coach, you can count probably on, maybe your hands, how many people might join you, with your family and close friends, but your warm market is going to run dry. So you need to have other avenues, to help people. And your like page is one of those ways. You can start a Pinterest board. That's another way. You can start a blog. That's another way. So you just want to get out there as much as you can for people to find you also. So I know, Kimberly, you do a lot with your blog too. And then, as you develop these different social media outlets, you can link them all together. So like, for example, Instagram. I have an Instagram account, but I'm not creating new content every time. So usually my Instagram posts also go on my like page. Let's see, if I do a blog, I also share it to Pinterest. And then I use those blog posts also and share them to my like page. I share them to my challenge groups. So I'm thinking about what content my challengers might need, putting them in a blog. And that way I can share that, so I'm not having to create new content to every time I have a challenge group. And then it also increases my whatever you call that for your blog. So more people, gets more views for your blog. So, all right. Let me look over my notes here. So really, okay, with your like page posts, kind of getting back to your like page, the foundation of your business really is the value that you provide to your audience. So, look at the value on those other like pages that have a lot of followers and a lot of shares. The people are sharing the posts that have value. They're like, the total body workout, the JPEGs that have, like a fitness routine or recipes. Things that people want to reference back to. Those are the posts that are going to go viral. So try to make sure that you are adding value with your posts on your like page so that they do get shared. And just really your goal is to be take selfies of yourself. Don't worry about perfection. And like my first posts were really, really bad. I know, Connie, you did a video today and you're like, it's just, I don't want to put it up yet. It's not how I want it. You know what? Like, don't worry about perfection. When you are real and you're raw, a lot of times that's more attractive to people than someone who looks like a fitness, bikini competitor. They will connect with you because of who you are. And those are the people that you want to work with. If you are a fitness competitor, then be that, and you're going to attract other people like that. But if you're not, just be you and be happy with that, because you are going to, like I said, attract people like you to yourself. And that's really what you want. That's who you want to work with. So, some of the posts, it's kind of funny. This group that I'm in, they're sharing posts that do really well for them. And like this woman like has crazy, crazy afro hair. She's white, but she's got this crazy bushy hair that she can't do anything with. And one day she's like, she ran out of ideas to post, and she just took a selfie with her hair like all freaking crazy. And she was out the door. She's like, I don't know what to do with this hair, but it's going to be what it is. And that was all her post was. And it, like, out of anything, got the most views, the most comments, the most likes, because it was just her being her. So you want to almost like date people on your like page, just like you do on your personal page, and just get personal with people so that they want to follow you and they want to be part of your life. So, the takeaways for tonight, what I want you to do is go back and do research, play around with that insights tool on your like page. Look at when your followers are on, because that's when you want to post. And then connect with those other pages. Make a list of maybe like 5 like pages that you want to follow, and just kind of watch and see what they're doing, see what posts are doing really, really well. You can create a file, somewhere on your computer or on your phone of posts that you really like and that you want to come back to, and then make them your own, and then repost them as your own content. Maybe you put your own stamp on, or something like that. Make it your own, and add talk on your post too. Like sometimes I see people just post like something that they found on Pinterest with no description or anything like that. When you put a paragraph, something personalized on it, people are going to connect with you better. So make sure that you're also putting a little piece of yourself in those posts when you do that. And that's just going to give you the foundation baseline for what we're going to talk about next week. So next week, we're going to do actually some testing of ads. So we're going to come up with I'm not going to get ahead of ourselves, but I want you to do that part first. And then next week, just know that we're going to actually get into like post JPEGs, and then boosting and playing around with finding what our market wants to see from us. So, all right, I'm going to stop here tonight. Do you guys have any questions or things I need to go back? I know I threw a lot of information at you tonight.
I have 2 questions. Oh, cool.
Yes. Okay.
This is Kimberly. Is it all right if I go?
What?
Okay,
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if someone else had a question too. I had 2 questions. The first one is, if you just started your like page, should you be doing your social media posts on your personal page too, or how do you balance that? Because I feel like I will reach more people through that page than a like page.
You will.
Right now, until it builds up.
All right, so what I do a lot of, and my goal maybe is different from your guys's, but why I'm doing this training is I want to pull my business completely off of my personal page. When I started Beachbody, it was for the business, so I wasn't even on a personal page until Beachbody. So I basically have been running my business through my personal page. I have a feeling with how Facebook is going that they're going to shut down pages like that. So I really want to be able to be self-sufficient on my like page and put everything over there. So while you're in transition, absolutely, like the first 2.5 years, everything has been off of my personal page. So I was posting, very little on my like page, probably 3 times a day on my like page, but not very personal stuff. And that was probably a mistake on my part. So I think, you can do similar stuff. I really think, posting 5 to 8 times a day on your like page, if you can, maybe, schedule some out. But sometimes I will post like I did today, and this is what you can do to build your followers on your like page. To try to get an organic reach, you don't have to pay for likes all the time. So post a picture of a recipe, and then say, for the recipe, go to my like page or my fan page and then for some reason when I'm typing it, it doesn't let me tag my page. But when I go back and edit it, then I can. So I don't know why that is, but that's just Facebook. I used to be able to, and now I can't. So I don't know, they change stuff all the time. So you can do that so that you tag yourself in your text. So all your audience has to do is click on where you tagged yourself, your page, and then it takes them directly to that page. And then hopefully they will like your page. And you can ask, you almost have to give people the call to action. So say, like my page, share this post, comment below. It's like, it sounds silly, but like you got to ask for what you want. Like I was talking to someone else this week too about getting your Facebook affinity up so that your posts are in more people's newsfeed. And you can ask for likes. So like if someone wants this recipe, I'll give you the recipe after, let's 50 likes or something like that, and so that people are liking your post to get your affinity up. And that way, when you post to your challenge group that night, your affinity will be higher and it'll get in more people's newsfeed. But for sure, I did that a lot early on, is I wouldn't give people the recipe and I would make them work for it. So another way that you could do that is if you want the recipe, like my page and tag 3 friends, so that way they're tagging their friends over into your like page so that their friends are also seeing your page. And then if they want the recipe, then they have to like your page and then tag 3 more friends, so on and so forth. But You don't always have to pay for likes, and that's probably a better way to get more quality likes too, because sometimes when you pay for likes, you get, people that you probably wouldn't want on your page anyway.
I guess the other question is about that. Maybe we'll cover it next week, but I've heard in some of the social media stuff that if you pay for some posts, then your other posts can get buried. Is that like a myth?
Well, no. What happens is when you pay for, depending on how you're boosting your post, it won't be on your timeline. It'll be in the news feed, but it won't be on your timeline. And sometimes I intentionally run my ads that way. And it's not always a bad thing because it's still getting in people's news feeds. Because what I don't want is for people to come to my page and look at my timeline and see my ad. Because to me, that might be a turnoff for them because they might feel like I'm trying to sell them something. So that's called it's called a dark post or a dark ad, where you post it and then you take it off of your timeline. So that's but I do that.
That's cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Anything else, guys? Was this okay? Is this over your heads? Are you with me?
I thought you did great.
It was okay. I mean, I guess I feel like it was skimmed a little. Like, I don't really know. So for me to work on, I felt like last week was for me to work on looking at other people's like pages. I guess what I have to do is find my target market. How I would like to know more in my like page, how to like narrow it down to find that target market. Does that make sense?
All right, so it starts with you. Okay, so what your action steps are is to find your ideal customer. Okay, so go through those questions, find your avatar, and really get specific. All right, so then from there, you're going to start by looking at coaches because, we are all attracted to this business probably for common reasons, right? So you start by studying Beachbody and, pages that we like as coaches. So, Shalene Johnson, Tony Horton, Sagi, Autumn Calabrese. And then from there, look at other people who also like those pages and then getting, trying to filter out the coaches and see who's left.
Right.
And then, find people from that pool who really feel like you fit, they fit your avatar. And how you do that is look at, that's like I said, that was the level 1 interest is Beachbody, Shalene Johnson, like the big pages. So you can look at, people who also like Shalene Johnson, but like that other moms group that I said, and then from there, there's not going to be as many coaches in those other groups, those subgroups, those level 2 interests. So that's where you want to look for, your ideal customer. And then, like I said, how I showed you, you go to their timeline and it's crazy how it works out because when you have such a target audience, a specific person that you're looking for, when you go to their page, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like that's me. That's who I want to work with. So you kind of date them, you look on their timeline and be like, get excited because it's like finding the perfect person that you want to work with. And this business is so much more fun when you find people that you really love and have that connection with and that you want to work with. And that's really what we're trying to do here, is to help you find those people that you just have that connection to right off the bat, even though you've never met them, but you feel like you do. So Facebook, because we volunteer so much information to Facebook, it's pretty easy to find that person when you go look for them. So then, like I said, you kind of date them. Hopefully they'll accept your friend request and let you get to know them. Nothing about Beachbody though, guys. When you're meeting people, you're just simply trying to get them to think you're not a creeper and a weirdo, just that you want to make friends with them. So it works to, give them a compliment, just maybe say how you found them. Like I also like this page and I came across your timeline, so you want to let them know how you found them. So does that help a little bit? And then also I want you to go back and see when most of your people are on, because you want to be posting on your like page when most of your audience is on. With your like page, you know, it's crazy because a lot of your posts are not going to get in people's newsfeed. You know what? I didn't show you something that's really important. Shoot, I'm going to go back if you don't mind. Well, you know, I can just tell you. When you go back to your insights in your posts, you can see which post, well, like your top posts. Okay, it'll show you like your top posts, and you really want to look at that. Like, wow, okay. I know when I did mine today, it was my video that I posted on the 17th, whatever day that was. So Sunday, I posted a video, and that one had like well over 1,000 views and a lot of likes and a lot of comments, and so that just tells me that, okay, I need to do more videos, which I've been telling you guys. And I know I need to like free up space on my phone because I have no memory on my phone to do videos, which is a whole nother story. But yeah, so videos are huge right now, like especially on Facebook, because Facebook is so innovative. Like they want to be every social media platform, you know, out there. They want to be YouTube. They want to be Pinterest. They want to be everything. So videos are kind of their way of being YouTube. So right now, that's what's huge. Videos are huge, huge. So do like two to three videos a week if you can, and watch them. You know, go back to your insights and see, you know, does that help? Does that, you know, do they get a lot of views? And if so, then you know it's working. You know, just play around with the timing when you're posting on what time of day.
I have one question, because I was able to at one point when I was on my like page to tag myself. So it would go on to my personal page. I can't do that anymore. Is that just me?
No, you should still be able to do that.
I don't know what's happening because I can't.
Yeah, you should.
I'll figure it out. Okay.
If you go, and it depends on who you're, like if you're on as you or if you're on as your Facebook page.
Okay.
So when I click here, it'll take me over to my page.
Oh, I like your changes that you made on your page.
Oh, thank you. I went back and forth, but you know, I tried to hire someone from Fiverr too, and I hated what they were coming up with. It's like, I'm such a control freak. I do better when I do it myself. It's like, I know what I want and I just did it. So, all right. So I'm posting as Marcia Smirka, so not as my fitness page. So when I do that, I can tag it.
Where are you?
So here, I'm just gonna click on it. Whoops. Tag photo. I'll get a little more in there. Okay, now you're gonna make a liar out of me. Okay, there I am. All right, so then it would let me.
Okay.
But
and you're on, I'm sorry, because I couldn't see. You're on as yourself or you're on as?
I'm on as myself. If I were to go in as Marcia Smirka Fitness, I could not do that.
Okay. And where do you change it again? Because I couldn't see it on the screen. I had to change something.
Just on this little lower, so down here. So you can click back and forth here.
Okay.
All right. But to answer your question too, Kimberly, get back to that. Sometimes I will tag myself, you know, so that it goes back on both pages. But honestly, for some reason, because of Facebook and how they do things, I don't get near the amount of views as if I post it directly onto my page, onto my personal page. So for that reason, I do post a lot of the same stuff on both spots. Like I said, I'm kind of in transition to where I want to pull my business over more to my like page. So I just post in both spots, or I'll give people instruction to go to my like page to find what I'm posting about. Videos. If I do a video, I'll say, if you want to, see what my favorite video in my workout today was, go, I posted it on Marcia Smirka Fitness, and I'll give that link for them to click on and go find it.
That's a great idea. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Anything else, guys? So question, answer, anything under the sun about coaching that you might be wondering about or have a question about, anything unrelated to what we talked about tonight? No?
Will you go over, like I know on your cover photo on your like page, you have the link, click here for more, or I don't know if it's your application or what it is, but I don't know how to do that. It's like, how do you add a link?
To do a woofoo? Or what are you talking about?
Yeah, like for your cover photo, you have that circle that says, please click here.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry, I look like the person from Scream.
I love it. Drinking wine and little Eskimo over there.
Beck, is your furnace still out?
Yes, they're coming at 8:30 tomorrow to put.
Oh, you poor thing. Yeah, I was watching your work. I was looking at your work, so I thought you might be freezing.
Yeah, it's so cold. It's
Good thing
hard
your
to.
pipes haven't frozen up or something.
Yeah, we have 10 heaters going, and our breakers keep blowing.
What, Quentin?
All right, so is this what you mean, Becca? Or like this, my woofoo here?
I don't know how you got the circle here that says click here, and then like how you get the words over there. Like, I don't know how you put that all together.
Are you talking about my cover photo?
Well, kind of all of it. Like you have on your cover photo, you have the circle that says click here. But
Do
then
you want to
your
know
words.
how to create this image, this JPEG?
Yeah, how to do that, and then like when you're hovering over there, your words come up. Like, I don't know how you do that.
I don't know if I'm following your question. All right, so there's two things with this. This is my description here. When they click it, it can read this description, and then I have links to my woofoo application for my challenge group, and then for my coaching team. And then this is just my cover photo that I did on PicMonkey.
Okay, so how does the description come up with that photo?
When you click on it.
Or is that
When you
just
click
when you
on
click-
it, yep.
Okay, it automatically comes up from the description that you typed.
Because
Like
when you post it, when you post your cover photo, okay, when you import your photo, it's just like a post. It'll ask you, do you want to add a description here in this section? So I just edited it and added a description and then added this text in there.
Okay. And then how did you get the click here on your photo?
That's just with PicMonkey. So, all right, I have it up already. This is an overlay. So here's overlay. Where is that one?
I think it's pretty time.
All right, it's this label right here.
Okay.
So you can change the size. And then I just faded it out to make it that color. All right. This also is an overlay. So I did that with this one, the geometric. And put it, send it to back, and then fade it out. All right. And then this is just my text that I put in there.
Right.
And then this, I had a photo done, and then I just made it really big. So you guys see this over here, this 100% here? I can make it really big here. And then I can go and erase. So here's the eraser. And I'm going to change this size. You guys all know how to do this? Change my eraser hardness. And then I can go and actually like delete this. I'm not going to do it now, but I'm going to undo that. But that basically cut me out so that I can use my body as an overlay.
Shopping.
PicMonkey 2 is one of those things where you just got to play around with it.
Right. But I guess how
Can
does
I listen?
when people hit the click here, how does
Can
that
I listen first?
from like the circle in your picture?
Can I
Or does that
listen?
have to come from your link you posted in the description?
Can I listen? Can I listen?
Say that again, Becca.
Like on your cover photo, it has the circle to please click here, so that's a link. Like, how did you get the link on your cover photo?
It's not. So when you click on if you go onto my page, are you talking about the sign up button?
Okay, so like if people click on your cover photo where it says click here, will it just take them to the description and then they'll have to click on the application link from the description?
Yes, but I do have that also on this. The sign up button does that also, and maybe that's what you were talking about. So when they click on the sign up button, it takes them automatically to my application also.
Okay, and how did you get the sign up button on there?
All right, so how did I do that? We're gonna figure out how I did that.
I can Google it. I didn't know if it was like a quick answer.
Well, it didn't take me long at all to do it. I'll have to see if I can remember how I did it.
Well, because I haven't done it on mine, I have a spot that says create call to action on the right, bottom right, on my cover photo. Because I haven't done the same things Marsha has yet, because I was looking at that yesterday.
All right,
You can just
this is easy. So if you just click on it, ladies, where it, click on that little icon, and then you can say edit call to action, okay? So then from there, you can choose your button and you can choose your website. So for mine, I didn't want to be salesy. I mean, you can do shop here, shop now, or whatever, but I didn't want to turn people off and feel like I was trying to sell them something. So I want to give them an opportunity just to be a customer, or for me to actually not even be a customer, just to help them. So the sign up takes them right to my Woofu application, where I can just learn about them and learn about what they might be looking for help with. So that's how you do it. So it's super easy. Just click on it. There's a little edit button on there. Edit call to action, and then choose your button, and then choose your website. While we're talking about websites, it's really important for your about me or your description to not have your Beachbody link anywhere. You don't want to have even your email, they say, is kind of taboo. You don't want to do that. So like, here's my Woofu application again, just to get to know them a little bit. My blog is here for my website. I used to have my Beachbody one before I knew any better, so I took that out. So just a little tidbit, go and look and see what you have for your about section. And if it's too salesy, edit it. Take out your Beachbody website link if you have that on there.
I just added my email yesterday, so I'll take my email out. I think I have a Woofu application. I'm going to put that in.
I did have my email too, and that was the feedback I got in the group, that they say, not to put your email. So I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, anything else, guys?
I had one quick question. Was the video chat from last week recorded?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
If you go into our, where can I find it? If you go into the Team Fit Formation and then go into the photos section, you'll see the announcement for the call last week. And then usually I put the recording in the comments below. If you can't find it for some reason, let me know and I can shoot it.
I couldn't find it, but I just went to YouTube.
Oh,
In YouTube view.